Welcome to our channel. Today we dive into a mysterious and captivating universe, that of legendary demons. Over the centuries, different cultures have created fascinating tales of these powerful and terrifying entities, each symbolizing a dark side of humanity. So, if you're ready for a total immersion into the unknown, don't forget to stay with us until the end. Asmodeus, Keeper of Treasures. Let's dive into the depths of hell to meet one of the most fascinating demons in hellish mythology, Asmodeus. Let us imagine a being who, in a single look, captures the essence of the three symbols of power and vice: a human face which expresses cunning, a bull's face for strength, and a ram's face, symbol of passion fiery. This is where the power of Asmodeus lies, a multifaceted demon, capable of seducing you or destroying you, depending on his mood. The story of Asmodeus is woven with mysteries and contradictions. For some, he is a fallen angel, cast out of heaven for embodying lust, that eternal temptation that leads souls to their doom. But his role does not stop there. In other accounts, he is described as a once revered king, a protector of the treasures of the legendary city of Sodom. The ancients said that Asmodeus sometimes appeared in human form, bearing the features of a man of irresistible charisma, guiding his people through victories and fortunes. Asmodeus is more than just a demon of lust. He is considered the guardian of treasures, a role which places him not only as a figure of temptation, but also of power. Imagine a demon capable of granting wealth and protection to those he deems worthy, or perhaps to those who dare to make a pact with him. But be careful. The promise of wealth that Asmodeus offers is far from free. Like any entity in the underworld, he knows that power is fleeting, and each treasure acquired can turn against its owner if the latter does not have a pure heart. Its origins, too, remain unclear. In some accounts, he first appeared in Sodom, guiding the city to extraordinary riches, before being consumed by his own ambition. Still others claim that his changing face is a symbol of his insatiability, his endless desire for temptation and power. But where everyone agrees is on its captivating nature, both feared and desired. It embodies the forbidden, what we dream of achieving but which we fear to touch. Thus, Asmodeus remains an enigma, the seductive protector of treasures, a cursed king, and a demon who, while inspiring terror, captivates the minds of those who dare venture into the depths of the unknown. Astaroth, the Dark Grand Duke. In the dark universe of demons, Astaroth emerges as a complex being, a guide of a very special kind. His dark wings and serpentine scepter say it all. Astaroth is an embodiment of temptation and knowledge, a demon both wise and terribly seductive. But contrary to appearances, his wisdom is not just words or lessons. It is a subtle play of illusions, mysteries, and hidden power. In ancient texts, Astaroth is often described as a Grand Duke of Hell, a figure of the first hierarchy, respected as well as feared by other infernal entities. He is not a demon of brute force, nor a spirit of destruction. His influence is much more insidious, almost invisible. Indeed, Astaroth has the power to grant invisibility, a gift that may seem fascinating but which, in truth, carries with it a deeply symbolic idea. By offering invisibility, he gives access to the unknown, the hidden, and encourages his disciples to explore what goes beyond ordinary perception. However, Astaroth does not offer these secrets for free. He is a master manipulator, a skillful intellectual seducer, and every promise of hidden knowledge comes with its price. His strength lies in the subtlety of his seduction. He knows how to awaken human curiosity, how to play on our insatiable thirst for knowledge. With a simple word, a look, he could awaken in his victims a question, a doubt, or a desire that they had never considered. And this is how the trap closes. Astaroth embodies a rare temptation, that of intellect and erudition, which hides behind promises of education and power. But what is the real price of this knowledge? Ancient beliefs warn us that by associating with him, we risk getting lost in the twists and turns of thoughts that are not our own, seeing the truth become confused and becoming a slave to uncontrollable obsessions. Because ultimately, the wisdom he offers is that of illusion. His truth is a labyrinth. Each answer he gives leads to other questions, and the knowledge he offers is as fragile as mist. But why this fascination with him? Perhaps because Astaroth represents something undeniably human, the desire to know more and more, even if that means venturing into the unknown, crossing the boundaries of morality and good. By offering his gifts, he embodies both sides of knowledge, that which liberates, but also that which imprisons. His snake-shaped scepter, a classic symbol of cunning and forbidden knowledge, evokes the ambivalence of what he promises. Astaroth reminds us, in all its complexity, that not all desire for knowledge is necessarily pure, and that sometimes seeking to know everything is the quickest path to perdition. Azazel, the master of war secrets. Azazel, the shadow among the fallen angels, is much more than a simple demon. He is the transmitter of forbidden knowledge, the mentor of warriors, and the instigator of revolutions. Where other demons sow terror or illusion, Azazel carries knowledge. But there is nothing peaceful about what he teaches. His secrets go to the very heart of violence and human power. According to ancient stories, Azazel was one of the first to transmit to men the art of war. He revealed how to forge weapons, metal objects that would forever change the destiny of civilizations. Before him, humans knew combat, but with him, they learned war. Calculated, armed, destructive war. Swords and shields became symbols of kingdoms and empires, tools of conquest, but also of defense. By teaching them to master metals and wield blades, Azazel awakened in men a taste for power and domination, thus paving the way for centuries of conflict. Azazel is not just a demon. He is described as a fallen angel, once shining with divine light, now condemned to wander in the depths. At his side, he leads a legion of Nephilim, these mythical giants, fruits of the union between angels and mortals. Together they embody rebellion, the thirst for independence from heavenly laws, a desire for liberation by force. Azazel stands on the border between heaven and hell, representing the ultimate transgression, an angel who has not only fallen, but who has chosen to share his knowledge so that humanity can rival, even challenge, the divine powers. However, each knowledge transmitted by Azazel carries within it the seed of destruction. By transmitting these secrets, he not only allowed men to protect themselves, but also to harm each other. The battles, the wars, the betrayals that followed proved that the gift of military art was not just a tool, but a curse. For all the glory and honor a warrior can achieve, the tales of Azazel remind us that every sword strike has a price, and every battle leaves scars. It is also said that the story of Azazel is one of anger. This rage that burns within him, born from his fall, is reflected in human struggles. He embodies raw emotion, the fury that drives men to fight tirelessly, even when all seems lost. It is this fiery fire that warms warriors, that keeps them moving forward despite wounds, and that consumes them at the same time. Azazel is the personification of this rage, this uncontrollable inner force that leads to both victory and ruin. Azazel, in all his complexity, leaves us with a silent warning. All power has a cost. By revealing the secrets of war, he let humanity forge a destiny of struggles and conquests, but also of losses and regrets. And even today, its shadow looms, reminding us that behind every weapon there is an intention, and behind every battle, a sacrifice. Behemoth, the primordial beast. Imagine a force that cannot be stopped, a being so massive that it seems to embody the earth itself. Such is Behemoth, that titanic creature that rises from the depths of ancient myth, imposing and fearsome, a true embodiment of the raw power of nature. Unlike the demons of trickery and seduction, Behemoth is the very essence of brutality and chaos, a primordial beast that defies all attempts at control. The ancients often describe him in the form of a gigantic elephant or an imposing bull with 3 horns, a symbol of his wild and indomitable superiority. These images echo its nature. Behemoth is not a creature that can be tamed or manipulated. He is the personification of elemental force, the spirit of the mountains that roar, the oceans that surge, and the storms that burst. In his presence, humanity finds itself humbled, reduced to simple spectators in the face of a power that surpasses it. There are tales of Behemoth roaming the vast expanses of wasteland, shaking the ground with every step. Its triple horns, symbols of violence and natural domination, give it an almost sacred appearance. In some myths, it competes with other colossal forces, such as the Leviathan of the seas, creating balance between the land and the oceans. This duality is an ode to the power of nature, a reminder that even demons themselves must respect this fragile balance. Behemoth inspires fear, not by his promises or his tricks, but by his mere presence. He is the symbol of what is most uncontrollable and wild in nature, what cannot be tamed or contained. Ancient peoples saw in it the reflection of their own fears and respect for the universe. Lightning, earthquakes, the fury of wild beasts. In him, the earth expresses itself without filter, raw and merciless. In religious and mythological texts, Behemoth is described as the antithesis of human civilization. Where man tries to build, organize, transform his environment, Behemoth exists to remind us that certain aspects of nature will always remain out of reach. By confronting Behemoth, humanity contemplates its own limits, the vulnerability of its strength in the face of the eternal power of the natural world. Thus, Behemoth seeks neither power nor worship. He is beyond these human considerations. His place in the hell of ancient myths is that of an eternal spectator, indifferent to the quarrels of humanity and its demonic peers. It embodies the dull fury of storms and the formidable silence of the mountains, a force which makes neither pacts nor alliances but which persists, immutable and unalterable, in its primordial majesty. Beelzebub, Lord of the Flies. He is the one who lurks in the shadows, the one who slips into the cracks of the human soul, transforming desires into traps and pleasures into chains. Beelzebub, nicknamed the Lord of the Flies, is not a demon of brutal violence or calculating cunning. It is the slow decay, the creeping corruption that seeps into minds, causing them to fall into oblivion. With its black wings and the menacing buzz that surrounds it, it embodies that essence of greed and rot that takes hold insidiously, leaving a trail of spiritual decay in its wake. In the infernal hierarchy, Beelzebub is much more than an ordinary demon. He is the prince of demons, a faithful and ruthless right-hand man in the service of Lucifer. With his formidable influence, he has no need to show off or show strength to lead. Its power lies in its ability to seduce, to whisper to souls promises of immediate and ephemeral pleasures. It is these promises, wealth, delight, power, that lead mortals to stray, to prefer quick gains and empty pleasures to virtue and discipline. Beelzebub, as Lord of the Flies, also symbolizes the decadence of the flesh, the rotting of all that is pure and luminous. The flies that surround him are not there to devour decomposing bodies, but to feed on lost souls, hearts eaten away by vice and ambition. Every whisper, every temptation it arouses, is like a sweet poison, a bitter nectar that slowly distills, weighing down the mind to the point of exhaustion. Those who fall under its influence first feel a sweet intoxication, a deceptive relief, before finding themselves trapped in an endless ocean of desire. Beelzebub reminds us that true corruption is not visible to the naked eye. It is subtle, slow, and almost imperceptible. He doesn't need to raise his voice or brandish a weapon to cause havoc. His weapon is the doubt that he insinuates into people's minds, the unacknowledged desires that he stirs up until they become uncontrollable. As an infernal prince, he is the perfect architect of human decay. In the silent chaos he sows, there are no screams, no outbursts, only a slow slide into the depths of debauchery. But why this title, Lord of the Flies? Aren't flies just insignificant creatures, Unimportant parasites? Exactly. It's in these seemingly mundane little things that its power lies. Where other demons seek to dominate by force, Beelzebub chooses the discretion of parasites, settling in minds and hearts, eating them from the inside. Like an invisible infection, it spreads slowly, taking root until it is too late to break free. Under his fly's wings, each human being finds himself vulnerable to his own weaknesses, attracted by the promise of destructive pleasures. Beelzebub embodies this insidious temptation to renounce virtue, to give in to desires for moments of immediate satisfaction. He is the shadow that accompanies every questionable choice, every secret desire, every moment of weakness. A prince of corruption, a silent king of lost souls, who slowly guides his victims towards an abyss from which there is no return. Belas, the shadow of lust. There are invisible forces which, like shadows, slip into the recesses of the human soul, where unacknowledged desires and well-kept secrets are hidden. Among them, Belas, or Belial as some call him, stands out for his subtlety and insidious seduction. This demon of lust does not need big speeches or spectacular appearances. He operates silently, behind the veils of doubt and envy, appearing to those who willfully stray onto paths of perdition. Belas is not the embodiment of blazing passion or burning desire. No, its strength lies in the sweetness of vice, in those pleasures which seem harmless but which, little by little, intoxicate to the point of obsession. He does not force his hand. He does not impose his presence. Belas is a temptation that comes from within, an intimate and persuasive voice that whispers in the ears of tormented minds. For those who follow it, it offers an effortless route, a path strewn with pleasures, but paved with discreet traps that take them further than they had anticipated. Ancient texts mention few details about Belas, and this itself contributes to its mystery. It is said to be an insidious demon, a guide to depravity but without a face, without a precise form. Where other demons of lust display seductive faces and striking appearances, Belas prefers shadows. He is the illusion of hidden desires, the attraction of inaccessible pleasures, the silent friend of those who seek an escape from the constraints of morality. Those who follow in his footsteps often believe they are taking a harmless path, until they realize that they are already a long way from returning. But who is Belas really? For some, he is the demon of secret pleasures, the one who offers discreet escape. For others, he is the supreme corrupter, the very shadow of vice that sneaks in where no one sees it. He acts in the shadows, not out of fear, but because invisibility is his greatest strength. He is not a screaming monster or a feared tyrant. He is a guide who whispers to those who waver, gently pushing them into abysses of desire and loss. Belas is the easy path that never seems dangerous, a journey where you lose all sense of self and never look back. Within it lies a deceptive promise of total freedom, a life of pleasures free from all rules, but at a price that only the most unwary will discover too late. Because once immersed in its shadow, it becomes difficult to escape. It inspires gentle and progressive decay, freedom disguised in invisible chains. In the darkness in which he operates, Belas remains a master of discretion. His voice is never loud, but his words resonate for a long time, urging those who hear him to give in a little more, to venture a little further, until returning is no longer an option. In this, he embodies silent depravity, endless temptation, a shadow of lust that envelops everything in its path, making it impossible to resist its gentle hold. Camaris, the Duke Occult, embodies a figure that oscillates between shadow and fascination. In the worlds of myths and legends, he stands out for his imposing and enigmatic presence, riding an ebony steed with luminescent eyes. This black horse, companion of his nocturnal wanderings, becomes a symbol of the silent terror he inspires. Every step he takes resonates like an echo of his silent and implacable authority over those who dare to challenge him or seek to understand the unfathomable. Master of spirits and secrets, Camaris does not limit himself to sowing fear. He embodies the mysterious part of knowledge, that which is only revealed to the most courageous or the most imprudent. The rituals dedicated to it in ancient and modern cultures reveal the extent of its influence on magic. It is said that those who dare to invoke it can gain revelations buried for centuries, fragments of ancient wisdom beyond human understanding. But be careful, because every secret has a price, and the pact with Kamaris is never without consequences. His laughter, deep and guttural, seems to resonate in the depths of hearts, reminding us that the light of truth is sometimes accompanied by shadows darker than night, both an object of fear and respect. Kamaris is the very example of the double facet of dark forces, those which attract as much as they repel. Ancient texts often depict Kamaris not only as an infernal lord, but also as a keeper of knowledge that no one else dares even approach. Its ability to reveal hidden treasures and forbidden knowledge attracts seekers of truth as much as it frightens the ignorant. It has thus become a sort of archetype in mystical beliefs, representing the temptation of the unknown, the attraction of magic, and the danger of hidden truths. The occult duke symbolizes this fascination of man for inaccessible mysteries. Those who have encountered him bear witness to a gaze that pierces beyond the visible world, a gaze that seems capable of probing the secrets of the soul itself. Kamaris is much more than a demon. He is a reflection of the deepest desires and fears, a living enigma that attracts and inspires the legends that surround him. Damballa, the serpent spirit, embodies an ancient and subtle power, rooted in African beliefs and voodoo. Damballa is not a demon, but a sacred entity, and his presence stretches through the ages like the undulations of a serpent in tall grass. In the voodoo imagination, Damballa is a primordial spirit, a creative force that connects the world of humans to the kingdom of the gods. It is through its fluid movements, its age-old patience, and its mystical silence that the serpent spirit inspires and commands respect. Incarnated in the form of a giant serpent, Damballa is often seen as a living bridge between living beings and the afterlife. Its sparkling scales recall the flows of vital energy which circulate between the two worlds, while its warm breath symbolizes the continuity of life. For voodoo practitioners, Damballa is not only a spirit, he is a divine ancestor, the first breath, the one who shaped the universe through his slow and captivating gestures. It is honored through rituals marked with respect and devotion, where the snake becomes the symbol of regeneration, wisdom, and healing. The offerings made to Damballa are imbued with purity. She is often offered eggs, symbols of renewal, but also flowers and white objects, recalling the pure and immaculate essence of this spirit. In return, it offers protection and balance, blessing those who seek wisdom and inner peace. He is also considered a spirit who understands the mysteries of life and death, and who can, in rare and meaningful moments, communicate hidden truths to those devoted to him. However, Western influence has sometimes reduced Damballa to a demonic figure, a being to be feared or rejected, altering the sacred perception of this spirit. In voodoo, there is nothing evil about the snake. It is the very expression of life which flourishes and transforms. This dichotomous vision, which often opposes good and evil, has deprived certain spirits of their true essence, transforming Damballa into a misunderstood symbol. But in voodoo communities and among believers who recognize its power, Damballa remains the incarnation of the unshakable link between the divine and the living, a silent and eternal guardian of universal mysteries. Thus, beyond distorted representations, Damballa remains a revered entity, a force of creation and protection. It is in the whispers of the wind and the slithering of a snake that the wise say they hear his voice, reminding everyone that the divine is closer than we think, always ready to reveal itself in gentleness and respect of the natural world. Mormo, the vampiric shadow, is a dark figure, a being shrouded in mystery and terror from the depths of Greek mythology. Its existence is almost a whisper, an insidious shadow that intrudes into the darkest tales, the kind of creature one speaks of in hushed tones, for fear of attracting its attention. Mormo is described sometimes as a vampire with sinister appetites, sometimes as a specter changing shape to better haunt his victims. Its essence seems to be attached to nightmares, a palpable link between the world of dreams and that of fear. This elusive character is inseparable from the terror that the unknown arouses in humans. Mormo, master of metamorphoses, embodies pure fear, that which takes multiple forms and, above all, that which is impossible to grasp. It feeds on nocturnal fears, on the horrific visions that slip into the sleep of the carefree. It is even said that its apparitions specifically target children and the disobedient, and that it manifests itself when behaviors get out of control, like a punishment from the realm of shadows. In tales whispered to frightened children, Mormo takes on the appearance of hideous creatures, his eyes blazing in the darkness, promising silent punishment to those who dare defy the limits. Allied to Hecate, the formidable goddess of shadows, spirits, and witchcraft, Mormo finds himself strengthened by this association. Where Hecate imposes her domination on the crossroads of the world and the borders between life and death, Mormo acts as a messenger, a right arm of darkness. Together they embody the unfathomable depth of endless nights, where every step could lead to the unexpected, and where the light goes out in the face of the deepest mysteries. The ancient Greeks imagined Mormo as a manifestation of their fears, a being who emerges from the shadows to remind us of the fragility of the spirit in the face of the inexplicable. The descriptions change according to the times. Sometimes thirsty vampire, sometimes tormenting spirit, but always there remains the shadow at the edge of the gaze, the fleeting reflection in the corner of a dark room. Myths sometimes depicted as a warning, reminding us that the shadow is an inseparable part of the human soul, and that it is vain to believe that we can tame everything. Mormo thus represents much more than a simple monster. He is the personification of what we cannot control. It's that icy chill that creeps in the middle of the night, that hint of worry that lingers when you close your eyes, that fleeting sensation that there's something or someone there, hidden in the darkness. And as long as stories are passed down, as long as shivering souls listen to his story, Mormo will continue to haunt the dark corners of the collective imagination. Lucifer, the fallen lightbringer, is a figure that never leaves you indifferent. Both seductive and terrifying, it embodies one of the most fascinating stories in the history of myths and religions. Once a luminous angel, resplendent with purity and wisdom, he carried the torch of knowledge, inspiring admiration and respect throughout the celestial realms. But it was this same inner light, this devouring ambition, which pushed him to defy divine power, precipitating his fall into darkness. In an instant, he became not just a fallen figure, but the very essence of revolt and the insatiable desire for freedom. The name Lucifer, he who brings light, evokes a duality that resides at the very heart of his existence. In him, light and darkness are not irreconcilable opposites, but rather facets of the same being. Some perceive him as a free thinker, a rebellious spirit who dared to question the established order. For those supporters of a more philosophical interpretation, Lucifer symbolizes the quest for knowledge and self-awareness. It represents this inner fire, this unwavering will to follow one's own path, regardless of the consequences. His story then becomes that of the individual in search of meaning, refusing to blindly comply with the orders of a higher authority. But Lucifer is also a figure that others see as evil incarnate, an entity whose beauty and seduction mask an abyss of corruption and perdition. In this story, he is the master of temptation, the one who attracts humans towards the weaknesses of the flesh and the depths of pride. His actions aim to destabilize the divine order, to sow doubt and discord, offering vulnerable souls a path that inevitably leads to perdition. His face reflects the suffering of a soul that has been deprived of grace, a being eternally searching for what he has lost and which he tries in calculated desperation to recreate by corrupting those around him. What makes Lucifer so fascinating is his ambiguity. He is both the one who inspires and the one who makes people tremble, a being whose complexity goes beyond the simple notion of good and evil. His story challenges us because it touches on essential aspects of the human soul: pride, the desire for freedom, and the quest for knowledge. It becomes, for some, the symbol of the courage necessary to confront dogmas and taboos, but also a warning about the dangers of unbridled ambition. Lucifer reflects what is brightest and darkest in each of us, a living flame that lights the way and, if poorly controlled, can also consume us. Even today, the figure of Lucifer continues to fascinate, inspire, and frighten. He is the mirror of our own inner struggles, the fallen angel who whispers in the ear of humanity, reminding us that light and shadow are the two inseparable sides of existence. There you have it. We've explored some of the most powerful and mysterious demons. Each culture, each tradition offers a unique perspective on these infernal figures. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more intriguing discoveries about the mysteries of the world.